Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Woolfolk.
And I'm Stella Daskalakis. We begin with the latest on the UAW tentative agreements with the Big Three. The union's National General Motors Council has approved sending the tentative agreement to members for consideration. President Shawn Fain and Vice President Mike Booth will present highlights during a Facebook Live tomorrow at noon. Voting among Ford members continues for another 2 weeks, ending on November 17th. The first vote among workers at the Michigan Assembly Plant in Wayne overwhelmingly supports ratification. Analysts see that as a positive sign.
Meanwhile, we are now learning more about what's in the agreement with Stellantis. Similar to their Ford and GM counterparts, Stellantis workers will get a 25% wage increase over the contract, with 11% coming immediately. Add in cost of living allowances, and that overall increase is 33%. Wage tiers are gone. Temps convert to in progression after 9 months, and the union can strike over plant closures and outsourcing, among several other points. Now, the deal also includes what Union President Shawn Fain calls a first among the Big Three.
The same lease program enjoyed by Stellantis managers will now be extended to UAW members.
And considering what that includes, it's a sweet deal for those with at least 2 years of service. Workers can lease a U.S.-built Stellantis vehicle at a significantly discounted price.
There's no credit check. Registration and plates and insurance, 24/7 roadside assistance are all included.
Throw in unlimited miles and eligibility for a new car every year, among other things. And that's a deal anyone would love to have.
Apparently times are good enough that in order to get labor peace, the auto industry is kind of moving back towards offering those generous fringe benefits to hourly workers, which is evidenced by this lease program.
The union did not win back defined benefit pensions for workers, but did get significant additional contributions to 401k plans. University of Michigan Flint professor Chris Douglas doesn't see pensions ever coming back.
When people talk about legacy costs, meaning costs that don't go away even if the company's sales start to slow due to a recession or due to declining market share, legacy costs really mean pension and healthcare costs.
Also in the plan, something the union called paramount in any deal with Stellantis.
We went into these negotiations knowing that we had a duty to save Belvedere.
UAW Vice President Rich Boyer referencing the Illinois plant Stellantis shut down earlier this year. The company will reactivate it, build a new mid-size truck there, and add a battery plant and parts distribution hub in the city. Now, Chris Douglas says he would be surprised if members do not ratify this contract. The top rate for production workers will go from the current $31.77 an hour to $42.24 by the time the contract ends in 2028. That takes their pay from just over $66,000 a year now to nearly $88,000 in 4 years. Stay with Mid-Michigan Now for continuing coverage on air and online at midmichigannow.com.